Welcome back to Fox 9 all day here on this Thursday afternoon. The last 48 hours have been pretty amazing, out of this world, literally, for Aurora chasers. Is people all over the region, in fact, into parts of southern U.S. here, have been seeing the northern lights, and amateurs and pros alike have been taking some great photos the last couple of nights. Of course, one of the best views in Minnesota always comes from up north, where the lights are brighter and the light pollution is lower. So we want to check in with Chuck Olson, no relation, a photographer who runs Wild North TV. Chuck, you are EN, I am ON. I know the conventional wisdom is that EN is Norwegian and ON is Swedish, but I'm Norwegian, so I don't know. Are you Norwegian or Swedish?
I'm Norwegian too, so perhaps somewhere we're distant relatives.
Possibly. There's a lot of Olsons around, though, so you never know. We're all probably related at some point.
Right.
You have been sharing some incredible pictures and videos from the last couple of nights, as you do for a lot of different occasions up north. But what's it been like the last couple of nights? Where have you gone? How much effort and trekking have you put into this? Because I've seen some of these, and it's amazing. What's it been like?
Yeah, last night I put a little more effort into it. I checked a couple of things off of my bucket list, and to the two spots that I went to are up in Grand Portage, and that's the far tip of the arrowhead of Minnesota on the Canadian border. One of the spots I went to is one of my favorite photography spots. It's called Hollow Rock. And you might have that photo there, but it's just like a little tiny island. Oh, you know what? I'll talk about this. What you're seeing there is a fireball from the torrid meteor shower.
Wow. That
was from 2 nights ago. So that incredible aurora storm, there was a meteor storm happening at the same time. And it was actually cloudy up here. So I was a little sad because all my friends in the Twin City, I was happy for everyone else to see the show. But there was a break in the clouds and I saw that incredible meteor. Now this is High Falls. That's the highest waterfall in the state of Minnesota. Canada on one side, Minnesota on the other, and this was a bucket list shot for me to go up to the Canadian border and get the aurora dancing over that.
Beautiful. It looks like, did you do a time lapse on that? It looks like.
Coming up, there's a little video of a time lapse coming up.
I mean, the way those falls were going down, it looked like maybe even the
It's
exposure.
a long exposure,
okay.
Yeah, but I also kind of animated it into a time lapse. And this is actually a cabin in Lutsen that has mirrored exterior. So it's like this mirrored box in the woods. And the owner asked me to go get a photo of aurora being reflected in that incredible structure. And yeah, and there's Hollow Rock. So it's fun to get a sunrise coming through. There's a little cave you see there in the middle of it. That's why it's called Hollow Rock. Grand Portage owns a little resort there that you can stay at, and it's just one of my favorite spots on the North Shore. Wow,
what's your secret then to not only chasing them but to capturing the best images of this?
It's always a work in progress. It's a difficult subject. Because there can be extremes of light and dark. And honestly, like the shots I've been seeing from phones have been incredible. Our phones are so good now at sort of navigating a difficult shot like that, and that's what I always tell people. If you're, even if you can't see it with your naked eyes, try looking at it through your phone screen, and your phone can be more sensitive to aurora. But yeah, I basically just try to play with the settings and the exposure times. If you have too long of an exposure, the aurora will be changing and it'll be kind of like too soft and muddy. So it kind of has to be just the right length of exposure.
And that's what I noticed too, is going out in my backyard. You can sort of see the little bit of a shimmering, but I'm not picking up the colors to the naked eye. And then as soon as I take a photo with my phone, remarkable the colors that show up. Yeah, and that has to do with the different gases that those solar particles are blasting through in the atmosphere. So when you have a really strong storm, you'll start to see reds. I think that's oxygen that's higher in the atmosphere. Your meteorologist can correct me if I'm wrong on this. That's what they've said, yeah.
Yeah. So Yeah, and the last 2 nights have been such an incredible storm that you can actually, a lot of times photos are kind of exaggerated as far as the color and what you see. The last 2 nights, it really hasn't been an exaggeration. If you got out at all, you could see those colors with your eye to the point of, sometimes you're basking in green light or basking in red light, and that's how you know it's a really strong storm.
How much time have you spent then over the last couple of nights out there taking photos, and how many photos did you take?
I was probably out about 4 hours. I missed dinner last night, I'll put it that way. It's about an hour and a half back from the Canadian border. Even though I'm way up north, it's still quite a ways to get back there. So I think I got home about midnight. But, it's so worth it. It's like you never know when it's going to happen.
No.
We're at what's called the solar maximum in 2025. It's an 11-year solar cycle. And so we're kind of at the maximum right now, and theoretically it's going to be decreasing starting next year. So you kind of got to get out and do it while it's happening.
So how many images did you capture overall?
Oh, a few hundred.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite part about that? Is it the images you wind up with, or is it the experience of just going to these remote, beautiful parts of the state in the middle of the night?
Yeah, there's having the experience of capturing it, and then you kind of re-experience it when you go back and look through the photos. Driving home, I saw a wolf on the side of the road on Highway 61, and this, and actually being out, oftentimes by myself, by this beautiful waterfall and seeing the sky dancing, that's really what it's all about.
If people want to peruse everything that you've captured here the last few nights, where can they find that?
Yeah, I'm on all the socials. You can find me as Chuckumentary on a lot of the socials. On Twitter, I'm the Wild North. And you can find all of the links to my social media on my Patreon, which is patreon.com/Chuckumentary, and that'll get you there.
You going to go out again tonight, or do you think it's not going to be the same?
I think I better stay home and have dinner with my wife tonight.
Good call. That's the right answer, I guess. All right.
Yes, sir.
Chuck, thanks so much. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for sharing some of these remarkable images of this. Again, they're great images even without the northern lights from those areas that you went to, but then you add that to it, and it's just remarkable. It's hard to believe it's an actual picture.
Yeah, it's we live on a fantastic planet. Thanks for having me.
All right, Chuck Olson from Wild North TV, right? All right, Chuck, thanks for joining us today. All right.